Okay, let's continue. Today, what we are coming to look at is passwords. Now, as a potential hacker or as a hacking student, upon all the knowledge you've received during these few weeks of the course, you should get one vital knowledge in addition. That's passwords, a hacker passwords. You will be breaking a lot of passwords. In fact, security in general. Now, every password, please note these things down. I'm coming to give you some points. Note them down. Okay, if you are ready, let's start. Point one. Right. Now, never, point one, never use the same password across 3 or 2 different platforms. Why do I say this? Some of you, some of you, note that when we started, I told you as a hacker or as a potential hacker, as a hacking student, you need to be security wise. Some of you are doing this mistake. Their password for their Gmail is the same password for their Yahoo Mail. It is the same password they have in some apps, or it is the same password they are using across every account they will create on the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do this or if you are a victim of this, the probability that you are in fact being tracked or someone knows your password is very high. Rule number one, never use the same password on different platforms. Be changing your password on different platforms. Well, I understand some of you might give the reason that you actually easily forget things. Well, you shouldn't bring, it is advisable you shouldn't bring such excuse here. If you easily forget password, make sure you create password you will remember. Okay, one, never use the same password across different platforms.
Sir,
Two, point number
sir,
two. Yes, Claudia.
um, what of if it's the same password, but just you adding another number to it?
No,
So
Claudia.
I have 3 devices to my account. So the first one, let me see, I use my name without a number on it. Then the next one, there's a number on it. Do I have to still change?
Yes, change the password totally. It means when a hacker targets you, he or she, do you know what he or she does? Maybe your first password of your Gmail is my say my mother at one. So let me say that's your password for your Gmail. Then you moved, per what you are saying, you moved to a different account. You used my mother at 1 2. You moved to a different account. You use my mother at 1 2 3. You are totally vulnerable. You will be hacked in just few seconds. So after this theory, we will do practical session. I'll introduce to the web, and you are going to use a certain website that tells you a strength of a password and the number of minutes or seconds or months or days a hacker can use to hack that particular password. So Claudia, it's advisable, don't use that. Change, totally change it. Don't be adding up. If you add up, you are making the password vulnerable.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. The next point you are to take note it. Never include your name in a password. So someone is called, let me say, Kwame or Kelvin. Kelvin will be like capital K, Kelvin. Hold on, I'm coming. Right. The second point. Never use your name in a password. So someone will be like Kelvin. So maybe my Kelvin at 1 or big Kelvin at 1 or any Kelvin. Something your name inside. Please don't. You will be vulnerable. Let's say you've created a Gmail account. Your name is Kelvin, let me say Tom or Kelvin Cruz. Then your password is Kelvin at 2. With this password, ladies and gentlemen, you are highly vulnerable. Okay. Okay, all right, Claudia. Then you have to change your passwords. Yes. Number 2.
Yes, I like doing that. I have almost most of my password includes my name. Then I have to go and do it just
You
right after this. Yes,
you are making a huge.
almost yes, almost all my password login.
Okay.
Yes.
Now the next point. Never use your date of birth. Your date of birth. Your date of birth. You've created, most of you are not good in lying. So most of you are very honest. You create an account with a Gmail, they will ask you your date of birth. You say, let me say 2001 or 1994, 1983. Perfect. You try to log in, let me say Twitter. Note, Twitter allows you, there are some apps on the internet that allows you to log in with your Gmail account straightforward. It doesn't necessarily require you to type a new info. So it will tell you, do you want to use your Gmail account to log in? Said yes, you just log in. It's going to pick such information. Note, when it picks such information from Google, it means you are giving it access. Sometimes Google prompts you, this app is trying to access your Gmail. Do you want to allow it? Then you say yes. Okay. Note that the Gmail you created, Gode, do you have something to say? Right. Note that the Gmail you created, whilst creating it, you included your date of birth and you didn't lie there. Now, Twitter has your data. After this, I'll give you some secret info. Twitter has your data, has access to your Gmail account, and knows you were born on this day, this. Now, in your password of Twitter, you signing into Twitter, you used, let me say, Kelvin at 1994. Ladies and gentlemen, you are vulnerable. Such password renders your account vulnerable to attacks. And the hacker, it will take about maybe 2 minutes or 3 minutes to crack down your password. Sometimes you will be seeing some people, most people on Facebook will be like, someone has changed my password, someone has hacked my account. It's because of their passwords. In fact, the username, forget about the username. The username is so, like, let me say, so easily to get. In fact, some of the username, they are publicly displayed. So you go to a Twitter, then your username, someone knows it. Let me say Godwin or Godfred, Godfred 2, Godfred 3. Your username is public. So it's your password that's more secured. And your password, you are having it as your name. Guess this. Your password, you are having it including your date of birth. You are highly vulnerable. Any question before we move to the next point? Right, let's move. Point number 4. Avoid automatic password saves by browsers. Avoid automatic password saves by browsers. So your browser, sometimes you log in, you enter your details, your password detail, your browser will say save, don't save, or save never, save never. And most of you clicks on save so that you'll be like, next time you are logging in, it will just automatically logs in. Sometimes some of these browsers, you don't know who is controlling them. You are very vulnerable. You are very vulnerable, and you've given your security to a browser of which you don't know who owns the data of that particular browser. Note, the browser sends data to its developer to know the number of users using this particular browser. When this data is being sent, your password is included. Ladies and gentlemen, you've sold out yourself and your information. Kindly don't allow browsers to save your password or your credentials, else you sold yourself to a hacker or to an attacker. They can track you, track what you do, and start targeting you with information you need. Okay, let me tell you something about Twitter and some other apps. This is it. When you log in, when you sign up, or when you log into your Twitter account, Twitter's data, they take data in a way Twitter knows where you are. One, it knows that your geographical location, it knows your ISP, internet service provider, and it even knows your next move or what you mostly buys on the internet. Those of you who have installed the Twitter app, you are the people I'm talking to. Not people who use the Twitter web. We have to Twitter web, can just go to Twitter without installing the app. Those people, some of you have the Twitter app installed on your phone. These people, Twitter have your data. They know when you are going to buy something, where your current geographical location is, what you are doing. Now, they sell this data to large telecommunications. They will know, okay, these are the number of people using our network.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Clement.
Hello. What do you mean by what we are doing? I don't understand. If you say they know what we are doing, I don't really get it.
Okay.
Can you break it down?
Yes. Okay. If I say they know what you are doing, now they know on every Tuesday you are being located maybe in a specific place in Accra. So maybe on every Tuesday, they know that at 9 a.m. you are, let me say, at Airport Residential. Every Tuesday on 9 a.m. Now, how did they get this? When you sign up to Twitter, they request to allow your location. So your geographical location, they know every moment. Now, on every Tuesday, whilst you are at Airport Residential, you do purchase things online. So meaning, you see, it's so funny that some of these apps runs in the background. So even though you've cleared it from your home screen and you've opened, let me say, Melcom or Jumia or something, through their tracking geographical, they know that, in fact, the next app you mostly opens on every Tuesday around 9 a.m. whilst you are at Airport Residential is the Jumia app. They know what you are doing every Tuesday 9 a.m. So the probability that you are ordering food every Tuesday 9 a.m. whilst you are located at Airport Residential, it's very high. Note that they have data scientists who will be drawing these patterns from the data they are being given. So this is not magic. A data scientist will just do it very fast and know what exactly next week Tuesday you are going to do. Do you get it, Godly? Or is it Clement? Yes. The person who asked, do you get it now? Right. Let's move on. Now, with them knowing this and you opening the Jumia, they can go to Jumia. We have a lot of data, and this data we have includes people using in this geographical location. They mostly so Jumia, we are going to sell you this data. Jumia gets this data, and within the next few months, you realize Airport Residential Place, Jumia has a branch there. The work of a data scientist will do for them. Very simple. So they know what you are doing, and they are making money on this data. And unfortunately, should this data get to a hacker?
Hello, sir. Please, sorry for intruding. As what of if they request for location and you don't accept?
Yes.
Allowing the location to be used by.
I
personally, I didn't allow Twitter to access my.
Perfect. Most of you, that's what I'll recommend. You go to the settings and don't allow these. I'm not even only Twitter. These apps not to access your location. It renders you vulnerable. Okay. Please, any question before we move on? Back to our passwords. We have less than 2 minutes to end and rejoin again. When we rejoin, we are going to start with the password strength detector. Before that, let's continue. Now, our next point you need to take note with regards to our password is sometimes most people, when they create their passwords, yes, Andrea.
Please, I didn't hear the fifth point.
Okay. The fifth point, it's simple as don't allow these apps to don't allow them to access your location. Don't allow this app to access whatever apps you are installing. Make sure you trust it, else don't allow it to access your location. Okay, someone's asking, okay, says, so if I get you, everything we do on the internet should be a lie when it comes to our credentials, right? Well, it depends on you. For example, if you are filling a visa application, I don't think you should lie there. When you are providing your details for visa processing or passport or something which is online form, I don't think you should lie there. But some of these social medias you are creating